with the CBDCs, is it more? Are the governments like the Australian government um, pushing CBDCs, or is it more like the
No,
Reserve Bank or the Big Four? Who is there?
That's a great question.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think anyone's pushing it. I mean, the RBA are doing a review, which is looking at retail use cases.
Mm.
I think they're doing that just to determine whether there's any, as I say, retail benefits of having one. But they're not looking at any of the geopolitical issues. I asked them
Yeah.
sent estimates last week, so yeah. I mean, let's see. I mean, they're working with a university to do a report, so we'll see what it says.
We're hearing a lot of stuff globally on CBDCs. Like I think last week the European Union made a comment wanting to roll them out, but then we were also hearing that a lot of states in the US have decided to push back and ban CBDCs. So I think there's a lot of divide globally, and a lot more research and work needs to go into the real potential risk. And I know a lot of people sort of get upset when I bring CBDCs up and the potential risk, but I feel as though we still really need to consider this stuff because, like you said, the risk of other countries' currency coming in and sort of really affecting our economy here is serious. And the fact that it's programmable money that can be programmed in different ways is another big consideration. So just seeing that the world is still out on the topic, like what sort of comfort does that bring us here in Australia for the uses of CBDCs?
Well, I mean, I think that the risks of CBDCs are very great, and it could be a huge concentration of power in the state, and so that's why I'm very sceptical about them. And my only hope is that the government is getting its agencies to do a lot of exploratory work on it to make sure that the Commonwealth government is prepared. Which is why I included the reporting mechanism in my own bill, because I thought that was the best way to capture any domestic activity.
Yeah, and I'm much like that. I can see the risks with a CBDC depending on who's in power in many years to come with programmable money. I can see the benefits of having programmable money as well. So I'm sort of 50-50 on my side. But Andrew, I'm not too sure, but how would you? I would picture a CBDC as a wrapper. So if CBDC was programmed in America under their laws and legislations, regulations, when someone transfers that to Australia, it would get wrapped into an Australian version of that CBD under our laws, legislation, and regulations, and vice versa. As it was going through different CBDC currencies, the actual laws would be encoded in each country's legislation laws, and they would get wrapped into that asset as such.
Look, I mean, you'd know more about the detail here than me, but I mean, we would want to have equivalence and recognition of systems with our partners and allies, which means that the further we can develop our own laws, the better we're going to be about shaping the global standard, particularly the standard amongst the call it the Five Eyes quadrilateral /G20 sort of group.